all began over the way of breaking.
I'm Claire Haig. I lead Project 7, so I've sort of been in charge of the project. This is our second year of doing project-based teaching. Rather than teaching the pupils in separate subject areas all the time, we realised that certain subjects could be collapsed into one for a certain part of the timetable. It just gave you the freedom to put the kids in big classes, small classes, move them around, take them out, do all sorts of things with them that you wouldn't normally have the chance to do.
Okay, any more?
Panic.
Panic, that's a great one.
The Gullivers Travels came into the project because school had struggled with literacy for a long time. The kids come to us with varying degrees of ability, and literacy has always been quite a struggle and an area that we want to really focus on. And so through the literacy idea, when we got Creative Partnerships on board and Aspire, we spoke to them about that, and Nick particularly came up with the idea of Gullivers Travels, mainly because it was about journeys and Gulliver's travel around different places, and the fact that the school is closing and the pupils are travelling to a new school, and there's all that transition and journey sort of thing. It just seemed to fit really well. We had a storyteller in to begin with, really. He came actually before the project actually started, and he sort of was a little bit of an insight into what was going to happen, what the sort of project was going to be about. And then the first day, I think, was possibly the most successful yet, I think, because we had lots of creatives in, and the kids travelled around to the different islands of Gullivers through the morning, just doing very short little workshops, just getting hopefully an insight into what each of the islands in Gulliver's Travels was about.
Welcome to my island. It's a very special island, and in this island we really love numbers. We like to think with numbers. It's not on the ground. If you look at a map, I'm telling them about a very special island that they're visiting. Some people say we are very special. We love mathematics and music. Until this Indian philosopher, I was trying to teach the children something, to give them a sense of how maths is really a part of our life and part of everything we do. It's not just about doing sums and calculating things. Maths is about space, how we cover space. It is about shapes. It is about numbers. It is about measuring time, all those things. So we started in a very simple way, using fingers to make sound. So that is how I was connecting number and sound. So if we use one finger, of course, it's a quiet sound. If we use 5 fingers, that's a louder sound. And so using that sound and the number of fingers was changing the quality of the sound. So they got into that without realizing they were really living in a world of where maths and music was all combined. And they quite liked it. And what I really like when I work in these sort of situations is to bring out the creativity of the children, allow them space, giving them some tools to imagine with, to be creative with, and then to allow them to delve into their own creativity and think for themselves. I'm so delighted because 2 of the children came up with 2 completely new hand gestures. One of the girls came up with the idea of 12 and 3. So that's what this shape gives me. I'm really delighted.
Welcome to Brobdingnag. So I'll stick it down there for you. There you go. Thank you.
My name's Rick Jukes. I'm a professional composer, songwriter, a musical director. And the country I was asked to work on was Brobdingnag. Our challenge is to write a national anthem.
So we just need the first line. First line. I mean, our line, God Save the Queen, is God Save Our Gracious Queen. Well, could we say about the King?
They very, very quickly pick up on how to construct a song. Some of them are quite musical. In fact, one girl came to me and she said, oh, this is A, A, B, A. It should be A, A, B, A. Shouldn't we have another? And she knew.
That he does bring, he calls us, he brings us through.
I play a few different tunes just based on the words there. And they go, oh, I like that one. So then we choose that one and we sing that one. And by the time we've gone through it a few times, you find, you look around and they're all singing it, or they're clapping, or they're enjoying it. So I hope that by the end of the session, it's helped them to get an idea of collaborating on something, and helps them to understand and retain the few bits of knowledge I've given them about Brobdingnag.
We've been trying to sort of learn about what actually is creative teaching if it's not art, because people assume it's art and that sort of side of things. So this is the main purpose of this project, was to sort of really learn about what creative teaching is. The teachers that we've got doing it are all really excited about doing it. They love doing it because it's sort of different from their normal teaching week, and the activities are always, you know, very, very different. And although we sort of put in a bit of their subject area, it's usually really different ways of teaching it. So they were really excited that we were going to have a chance to have people in to do something even more different to what we normally would be able to do. And they've all got sort of other interests other than their subject areas. So for example, the IT teacher is actually trained in drama, and so this gave her the chance to be able to go back to do a bit of that, really, which she's absolutely loved. It's, you know, getting out of the normal teaching zone that you think you're stuck in day to day, but being able to show your other interests and get enthusiastic again. And there's no pressure of the national curriculum. It's just let people use their imagination, really, as to what they can do.
You're going to get up on our stage over there, and what you're going to do is show that word in your still image, okay? Okay, so say, I've just told Sir the funniest joke, though, joke. I'm Miss Hughes and I'm an IT teacher at Higher Side, but I'm also delivering the project and doing the drama side of the Gullivers Travels project. Today's session's been about relationships and emotions, and looking at Gullivers Travels story and making it then into real life situations. So we're looking at moving to the new school and the links with being small and big, and all of the emotions they might come up with all the different situations they might encounter in the new school. And also that everybody's different, and it doesn't matter if you're different, because still you can have something in common with someone, and you know, don't judge a book by its cover type of thing. I think it's helped with like bringing in people from outside, like Brooke Carlin to work with me, which has been really, really good, because he's an expert at doing, you know, drama and things like that. So it's really helped to bring other people in to help us to see, you know, to stop our limitations really, and to see, you know, what else we can actually do. Ed's back because we were laughing so much.
My role here is to get the students enthused into doing a bit of drama, learn more about the story, and of course it's all interwoven with the idea of the two schools merging together. We've been exploring through a drama exercise what it's like to be left out, how it feels when you're the one who's making someone left out, if you feel powerful, in control, if you feel that you're being sly or wicked, and if you're the person who's being left out, you know, you might feel lonely, scared, vulnerable, and the words that the students are coming up with are absolutely outstanding. You know, year 7, and some of the words have been absolutely fantastic. But it'd be nice, especially as they don't have a drama department here, it'd be nice if they do a couple of little scenes. I mean, we've only got a couple of weeks, so there'll probably only be 2-minute scenes, but it'd be nice if that's what they end up doing. There's some good little actors here.
Victimised, blank, victim. Okay, what was it, boys? Excellent. well done.
Our school's called Highside, and it's going to be, when we move into the new school and during the Prescott School, it's going to be called Knowsley Park Centre for Learning. The message, I think, in the Gullivers Travels is don't judge a book by its cover. So maybe if you see someone in the new school and like got no mates or something, you think, oh, I'm not going with them, you don't judge a book by its cover. They could be a really nice person. What I've really enjoyed out of this project is the animation when we had to be the Lilliputian TV presenter. I think everyone really enjoyed that because it was something out of your like school comfort zone. It was like funner, and it makes lessons funner for like other people.
Have you got your music in the news yet?
No.
Well, we're concentrating on the first part of the story where Gulliver is shipwrecked. Their task is to make a news report about Gulliver's landing on the island of Lilliput, and they've got to pretend they're one of the Lilliputians, and they've got their own cameras, as it were, today, and they're just making a news report. It's basically to improve IT skills. So they're going to manipulate pictures, and then they're going to record in the voice over the pictures. Also, there's a News at 10 theme they can put on, and then they have to type out what their version of the story, so that's literacy as well.
So if you want that from right at the beginning, or you want it to start when the pictures have already started?
I wanted to start it before the pictures come up then.
If you scrub that thing along to the start. My name's Tony Ely, and I've been asked to come in and help children work with Windows Movie Maker. Gulliver's a big book. The children can see that the different situations that he's in, and you can tell by the voices that they record as well. Some of them come at it from the point of view of the Lilliputians when they record their voices for their news report, and some of them come at it from the point of view of Gulliver himself as the giant, so they can see he's in different situations and how he deals with them, really, and possibly they can relate that to real life.
So we made for the front of the, well, I haven't made it, I've cut it out for the front of the castle. I thought we might make you know, like a little pillar, or a tower, yeah.
I'm Jane Harrop, the model maker. I've come in to help the students to make a model of the palace where Gulliver was taken when he was held captive, first of all. So we're making a model so that the students can actually be Gulliver, and then we're going to make pieces around that so that they can appreciate how he felt when he was captured. Some of the kids have been cutting out, we've made the model building using foam core, which is card, foam and then card, so it makes it quite easily to cut with a craft knife. A couple of the boys, they've actually transferred the designs for the top of the castle onto the card, and then they've used a craft knife to cut that out. I've then had some of the other students painting. We've mixed sand, PVA glue and paint to give it like a stone effect. We've then also had some of the students making some food, because what I wanted them to get from this was to feel how Gulliver would have felt when he was fed, and he would have had handfuls of oranges rather than just one little tiny orange, because we're working at 12th scale, so 2.5 centimetres is equal to 30 millimetres in full size, so we've had to try and get the ratio from small scale to big scale with them as well. Two of the students have also made some tables so that when all these things have been made, we can pile the food on top of the table to show how much you would have eaten. So this really is the preparation for everything going together for the next session, and hopefully by the end of the next session we will have Gulliver's, the palace where he was taken, so that all the kids can take a turn in sitting in that palace to know how Gulliver felt, with everybody being very tiny, all the furniture being tiny, all the food being tiny, the figures, so they will feel as Gulliver felt. One of the things we've got to do today is make some people. Now, can you remember some of you did the heads, didn't you, last week? So if we can get Miss to write on the board who's going to choose who to make.
My name is Jean Bradley. My usual subject is geography teacher. I've worked on the project since we started in Highside, and I'm also head of Year 7. We've neared completion of the Emperor's Castle now. All the children have taken part in it, every single one of the class, and they've all had to go to every single activity. They have been given advice and they've been helped, but they've really got on with it, and they've produced every last thing. It's been a completely different activity what they'd normally do in school, and I know we are very proud of the result, and the children that have worked on it in this group have been fantastic because they've been using equipment that they wouldn't usually use in school, and I think they've responded to it very well, and they've produced a very good final piece of work.
How do you feel being Gulliver?
Scared.
Scared? Why?
Loads of thousands of little people.
From the students' point of view, they've all been very, very enthusiastic. They've all been very keen to take part in all the different activities this morning, which is great. And I hope from this that they've learnt model making that can take them through hobbies perhaps, or when they have their art classes or technology. So there's lots of little hints and tips that hopefully I've passed on that can be used.
Together a few 30-second scenes to encapsulate all of the things that happened in Gullivers Travels and linking it to moving over to the new school, so the concept of moving from small to big. They're talking about things like Gulliver being a giant in Lilliput and how the people are reacting to him because he's different, and then also linking that to the new school and how we're going to meet lots of new and different people. And then we've also looked at things like relationships with people and how somebody you might originally look at and think you mightn't get on with them, that you actually will get on with them if you just find out a little bit about them.
Some of you are speaking nice and loud, some of you it's harder to hear, okay? There's just a few little things. We're going to do it one more time. I'm going to stop you as we go along. So let's go from the very beginning. Okay, so this is the biggest news ever. So really send it up, yeah?
I think the pupils have decided that it's a really good and fun way to learn and something to produce at the end. And they can see it's not just like sitting at a desk and writing.
Today was all about making the kids laugh, really talking about laughter and using it as a sort of a teaching tool, really. And we had the kids all together to begin with in the hall. And then they went to 3 different sessions based on laughter and humour and jokes and how they're used. They've gone round each of the 3 carousels done by different teachers. I've found quite useful some of the games that they've played because I can see them working really well in the classroom.
Okay, so 2 is this, and woof is 1. Are you ready? Watch. 3. Woof.
My name's Stephanie Davis and I run a company called Laughology, and I look at how laughter and humour can be used as a way to help young people with health and well-being in schools and to help them with emotional intelligence.
How does laughter make you feel? Just tell me very
We've been looking at how laughter and humour can be used as a subject matter to help young people with creativity, to help them with confidence, with speaking and listening skills, and under the overall umbrella subject of Gullivers Travels. So they've been looking at what's appropriate in humour, where humour can be used to help you in situations where you're unsure in and you need more confidence, and where you can use it as a way to communicate more effectively with people as well.
So give me a topic, something that we could build a comedy routine about. It can be anything. Let's take teachers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a spidergram. Now what I want you to do is I want you to focus on all the observations about teachers. For example, an observation about teachers might be, whenever you get a teacher in a classroom and they're writing on the board, if they make a spelling mistake, what do they say?
Say, I was just trying to get you.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always a Coke can rolling up and down the aisle as well, isn't there?
Having humour in there and being able to observe what's going on around you and being aware of the world around you, which is what we've looked at today, and being aware that you can find funny things in the world around you rather than it just being stressful, can help, especially when you're moving schools or you're taking on new challenges in life.
Have you ever got on a bus and like it's 60p, but then the next time you get on it's like 140? Cheeky that. And I hate them dirty, old, scruffy buses because there's rubbish all over the floor. Really should clean them, shouldn't they?
Seeing how the kids have behaved today, Some of them have been quite lively and chatty during the day, but I think that's because they've sort of got this vibe that it's, you know, it's okay to laugh and join in, and they are feeling a bit more confident in themselves. And I think that really helps them with the journey to the new school.
Once you've got it nice and firm, make sure it's nice and firm, pat it around. It's going to make a little head. And then with your hands, just carve down, and that's the front of him. And those are his sides. My name is Jamie Wardley, and I make sand sculptures and ice sculptures. Today we went to the beach, Crosby Beach here, and we attempted to make Gulliver from Gullivers Travels with all the Lilliputians holding him down like he's just been captured. Now the first thing to do whenever you're making a figure is to try and decide on your proportions. And so we decided to have the head of Gulliver almost 2.5 metres. They were working in their small teams, but actually they were making one figure together. And that's a really impressive feat, like, to be able to do that. And then at the end, we basically made these little Lilliputians using the same techniques. They're building something in a big community together. As an individual, you can make a little Lilliputian, but really to make something as big as we did there, you need to all work together, and that's real teamwork. And it's just having fun, really, just going on the beach and being outside rather than in the classroom. The other thing that they can do is when they go back to the school, they can take away a lot of the things that they've learned, like using proportions. The achievement of having this big sculpture that they made all at once is really, really satisfying.
Finish off everything that we've done. So we're going to be building a newspaper with all of the reports about what we've done over the last few weeks with the Gullivers project, and it's going to incorporate everything from the beginning right to the end of what's happened in the story. And at the end of the session today there's going to be a drama performance that we've worked on for the last 4 weeks, all about Gulliver, and also moving to the new school as well. I think everybody's had so much fun doing it, and we've all learned new skills and done different things that we've all been really interested in. So it is quite sad that it is the last one, but also it's nice and a happy event to see everything coming together now in the newspaper form and the play that we're going to do later.
We've been learning about Gullivers Travels. It's been very fun and educational. My favourite part of the project was when we went to Crosby Beach and made some sculptures of Gulliver and a few Lilliputians.
The Gulliver project has been great. It was great to be able to just work with other colleagues that you don't have the chance to work with in any other occasion, and also outside of your area of, you know, your teaching area, basically, because even if it wasn't related to Spanish, it just helped me get to know much better the skills that the pupils needed to get for other subjects, like for art, for example, or literacy and things like that.
We're making a big newspaper with all the stuff we've done this project with Gulliver, and sticking all of them onto this big newspaper. We're trying to get as much stuff as we can to fit on the newspaper, so that it's like this project is remembered. I'm doing adverts for a ladder. It says, "Are you small? Do you need a ladder? Well, here's your chance." With, and then a drum roll. So what I've done, I've drawn the drum, and then next to it,
we will need, if it goes on to 2 sides,
I'm doing a bubble saying
what I want you to do is do like
I don't think any of them were actually familiar with Gulliver. The fact that they've been creating different pieces of work and how much they have explored their area of strength and what they thought they were better at through the different workshops that were created. Like those pupils who had a strong drama sort of inclination produced a fantastic drama piece that the rest of the year really enjoyed.
We're
doing a play about Gullivers Travels. I didn't realise how good I'd be at acting. Ages ago I was a bit shy, and then now it's like kind of doing this Project 7's boosting my confidence.
Mum washed up on beach.
The project has gave me confidence. It's gave me techniques to make friends.
You know the toilet? Yeah. Well, the one that have a wall in the middle of the mirrors on either side.
We have actually taught them as well about how to overcome obstacles that they may find when they go to the new school. For example, how to make new friends, or what would be happening in the new building. So I think we emotionally prepare them for that big step.